Hi, I'm Brad with Double D Trailers. We are at the factory. Thanks for sharing your time with me. I'm going to show you some cool features on this 5-horse reverse slant load, forward facing or rear facing design. I did say 5 horses, count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am dressed appropriately. It's quite cold today, so I won't keep you long. We'll make this quick. I'm going to go ahead and latch this in the open position. This is a custom built trailer, of course. It is already sold, and so a lot of the features on here, they suit the individual style and taste of the person that ordered it. So I'll be referring to his trailer or the customer. This guy decided to go ahead and add a brush tray on the dress door. We'll step up inside and get started here. You can come on in with me. Hang on to this, just right over in the corner. Now the carpet on the jack sheet wall is included, as well as the carpet that is on the gooseneck area. That's a standard feature. We decided to add a gooseneck gate, which I really like, by the way. If you're not planning to sleep or camp, you can just throw some things up top, and even if you are, it just keeps your mattress from sliding around. But you can throw things up top, and this gate will prevent those from being in the floor once you get to where you're going. And we have a nice protective plate here on the wall, so you don't have to worry about scratching your paint or damaging your trailer. And it's very tight, so you don't have to worry about it rattling, which is something, again, that I really like. Now, we went ahead and added some extra saddle rack holders in this trailer. One is standard inside of the rear safe tack compartment. Again, this is a 5-horse reverse or rear facing safe tack. You can forward face or reverse face. I'll show you that when we get in the back. The customer decided to go ahead and add extra blanket bars inside of the dress, and you can see with these slots you could easily take them off, leave them at the barn if you're not planning to use them. Maybe pick up a saddle rack, move it over to the blanket side, adjust the height. Lots of flexibility with this design. These racks are manufactured by Saddle Boss. I don't really build these. I think the guy's name is Mike that owns this company, but you may, the Saddle Boss company, you may see his racks in other manufacturers. I love his saddle rack. He's done a good job designing these. They're very lightweight. You can hold them up with one finger. Designed so that we don't have any problems with the saddles rolling off of there, the holes in there, so the saddle can breathe. So I really like the Saddle Boss rack, and I highly recommend those. And again, with the slotted design, if we only had 1 or 2 racks on here, you could easily move these up or down. Now, if you step over to the side, back over here, thank you. We did add a couple of extra feet to this dress. Normally the dress door is on the short wall, or the driver's side, and the picture window is on the long wall. We went ahead and reversed it on this trailer just to suit this customer's style and need. And so the dressing room door is on the passenger side of the trailer. The walk-through door is standard. This particular door is in a specific spot, hinged on a particular side, and even swings a certain way. And I'll explain more about that once we get into the horse area, but there's a purpose of it being in this spot. We went ahead and added also we removed the carpet from the dress floor and changed it out with a stall mat, which I really like. The stall mats, it just doesn't soil nearly as bad as what the carpet does. And we raised the floor. That's a standard feature on the safe tack. And the reason we do that is so that there's no lip here. And the fact that there's no lip, you can easily just, sweep that out and clean it out. So it's just a benefit that we do for our customers, for you. And another thing that I like is the floor goes all the way to the chassis. You'll notice the horse area floor is down here, and the dress floor is raised up. And again, the reason that we raise up that dress floor is just so you don't have a lip here at the door. And by allowing the wall to go to the chassis, you have a separate floor in the back and in the front. We never have to worry about horse manure or urine or water when you clean the trailer running underneath that wall inside of your dress. Now, we added a bulkhead window to this layout just to get some more light and more airflow through there once you're loading those back guys up. I love the carpet on the bulkhead wall. It keeps the bridles from clanking or scratching if you want to add some bridle hangers in here, as we did on this layout. And Jonathan also, the customer, wanted to add just some more blanket holders in this trailer, and so that was just a neat place to do that. One thing that I want to point out, if you'll just maybe turn around here, this has a one-piece fiber composite roof. It's self-insulating. As a matter of fact, the entire dressing room is insulated. We use a Galvalite material on the wall, which I'll show you in the horse area, but behind this wall you do have insulation all the way around. This is again the fiber composite material. You have roof bows every 16 inches, self-insulating as well, so just a really tight insulated dressing room. Clothes bar up top, we'll get a shot of that before we get out of here. One thing I do want to show you is this, and this may not be a big deal, but it is to me. Step over to the side right here and just get a shot. There you go, back that way. If you're standing outside and you want to reach in and just turn on your light, this light switch is, this is a standard feature on the Gooseneck, and it's very convenient to just reach up and flip that switch. And the reason the interior lights are functioning is because we added an auxiliary battery to this trailer. And of course, auxiliary, it'll recharge from your tow vehicle and operates these inside lights even when you're not hooked up. We also just added a vent up in the top so that we can get some heat out of here too in the summertime and more airflow. Okay, if you step on around, when you're ordering your custom trailer, you may choose the style of the graphic, the color of the graphic, the color of the skin, and the roof material. This customer elected to go with the pewter metallic. And one thing that I really like about the design we're doing today is there's no bolts or screws or rivets. This is held on with a chemical bonding system. It's watertight, so there's no caulking. Caulking is a dirt magnet. If you find a trailer that has screws or rivets, you really want to be wary of that, because they normally have caulking in the seams, and every 3 to 4 months you just end up with dirt up and down. And not only that, metal expands and contracts with temperature change. There's really not anything that we can do about that. It's just a property, sort of like the skin on your hand. If it gets cold, it shrinks. If it gets hot, it swells up. And if you had rivets all in your skin, it wouldn't allow it to move independent of the bone. And that's really what we've done with this bonding system. It maintains pliability, and it allows it to move independent of the structure upright, or the bone of the trailer that it's attached to. Now, the benefit is you don't end up with what I call sheet buckle or sheet warp. So when you look down the side of the trailer, it's not all warped up as you see on many other trailers. But another advantage from your horse's perspective is the sheet is not tight against the post, which means there's a membrane in between the two, and we don't have metal on metal. So it's not clank, 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 clank. It's very quiet because it's insulated and you don't have metal on top of metal. So it's very quiet for your horses, is what I'm trying to say, while you're traveling, which is another benefit. And I know some folks are saying, well, what happens when this stuff comes loose? We have some videos on that. It's actually featured on Modern Marvels in the History Channel of the testing that's been done. It's used to build skyscrapers with, so very durable material. It'll hold more than a bolt or a screw or a rivet will any day to the week. Now, this is an escape door on the passenger side, which you rarely see. We'll explain more about this door and why it's here once we get around. The standard tire on a 4-horse, I believe, is an E-rated. This is a 5-horse. We did go ahead with the Goodyear G-rated tire. Customer elected to upgrade to aluminum wheels. The aluminum fenders and the running board are standard excuse me, on this trailer, at least on the dress side, but the aluminum wheels are an option, and so he wanted to add those. Now, our window latches used to be up really high and just inconvenient, in my opinion. So we worked with our supplier in order to get that down to a mid-latch system, and you can easily do that with one hand. And the bar and the window, they will fold independent of each other. So you can lay the window down with the bar up, or you can even lay the bar down as well. And I like having the grab handles here so that you can just sort of reach up and do what you need to do with your guys. We're going to close those. If you step on around. Now the safe tack comes with a full height rear door. We did go ahead and add a ramp onto the back. I love the ramps, low incline, so you don't have to worry about your horses slipping while they're trying to load. Really reduces the risk of injury. It's a lightweight ramp. It's very easy to operate or use. You can see it passes my foot test, which I refer to oftentimes. And the foot test is simply if you stick one toe underneath it and you lift it up, can you do that? And absolutely you can. So I like this traction material, and again the low incline. So it just helps to prevent or reduce that risk of injury to your guys. The dual LED lights, in case you have someone behind you a couple cars back, we want to make sure that they can easily see you. Again, I apologize. The recessed switches, these will control your interior fans, interior lights, outside floodlights if we have those, and they work quite well, and they'll actually function now because we have the auxiliary battery. And one thing I'm not sure if I've pointed out in the past, but this top light bar, it functions as a brake light, a left turn, and a right turn. I really love that light. These latches are made of aluminum. It's just a non-rusting component that we use. Easy to operate, one-hand design as far as the opening portion of it and closing. And I'm going to go ahead and latch this in the open position right now. Customer elected to, and this is again is the safe tack compartment, so I'm going to show you how that works. A lot of horses don't like to load in the small door on a conventional rear tack. It's very confining, and plus there's not enough room for you and your horse to get in on this last guy when you're trying to tie him up. So the safe tack sort of solves all of those issues. You just open this up. We added a brush tray here just to utilize this space, and the advantage is, wow, we've got the entire back of the trailer open and available for loading and unloading. So it's very safe for you getting in and out, very safe for your horses. I'm going to walk around and latch this just so the wind doesn't get into it. And I'll show you how that latch functions in a few minutes when we get around there. Now again, this is the rear facing design. So if you were loading your horses in a forward-facing layout, you would load your guys from the back, right in here, tie off his head, and you would walk out the back. And same thing here. We'd pull this divider around, pull this divider around, and same here. So you would load horse number 1. You can step on up in here if you'd like. My wonderful daughter is our videographer today, so if the camera is shaking or moving, we'll blame her. She's rolling her eyes at me right now saying, "Daddy." All right, so we'll load your first guy. We'll tie him or her off. And again, you safely close the divider. You don't have to worry about that. Now you'll notice these dividers are a full height. Full height meaning the tubular bars go from one end to the other. This divider is also very unique because it will pivot on either end. And if I were on the other side, I could pull the pipe and we could get to that. I'll show you when we're doing the rear facing design. So you'll just go through, close off all the dividers. Because it does pivot from either end, we lose our slam latch ability, but it still functions quite well. You lift up on this pipe, and because it has a hinge on either end, it does have a little bit of play in it, and there's nothing really that we can do around that, and I don't think it's a bad working divider, but you do have to lift up. It's not heavy. It's not hard to do. It's about 1/4 of an inch there. You just lift up on that, and it'll go in place, and it's very tight. It's very solid. We don't have a lot of rattle in that, which I like. Now, because this is a rear-facing or forward-facing design, we have tie loops on either end. This trailer does come standard. I'll point out a few of the other features, and I keep looking for this. I'm sorry, I don't want to turn off my sound. It does have the Safe Kick wall system, and what Safe Kick is, it's just 95% plastic and 5% rubber. So if you get a guy that kicks, it will absorb that impact. It's much more safe than a conventional rubber wall liner. Unfortunately, with rubber, I've seen some horses that tend to paw or scrape and pull the rubber right off the side, and then we end up with the mechanical fastener exposed, and I've seen some guys get cut with that. So you don't have that issue with the Safe Kick. The customer did elect to add the rubber flooring in this trailer. Pardon. Now, again, rubber, that's like lumber with an R. It's made from recycled tires. It is rubber all the way through. It has a lifetime warranty. You can see the boards are approximately 8 inches wide and roughly 2 inches thick, so it's like a 2x8. It's also tongue and groove, which means that one board is a groove and the other one is the tongue, and they sort of fit or snap into each one. We have cross members every 16 inches. You can see where the screws go through right here. And rubber actually transfers the least amount of heat, least amount of noise and vibration in comparison to a wood floor or an aluminum floor. No stall mat is required. You can see it's smooth across the back here. So it's very easy to just hose that right out, wash it out. And certainly a lifetime floor that your horses will love and enjoy. And also you'll love and enjoy it because you don't have to fool with those darn stall mats. All right, let's walk around to the side. Before I forget, this trailer does have the fiber composite roof system, and it's a one-piece, again, self-insulating. We have a Z-frame roof bow every 16 inches, so in case of an accident or a rollover situation, should that occur, we've certainly got the bracing in the roof now to hopefully sustain that. It is quite forgiving. If you get a guy that rears up and spooks, it will absorb some of that impact, and it's not quite. Now, of course, if they rear up on this, he's going to hurt his head. That's just all there is to it. But certainly in between the roof supports, your guys will be protected there. Now, we did a rear header pad. If you get a guy that's backing out and he tries to rear up, we've got a nice pad here to protect. The standard safe tack without the rear facing design is going to have just a head portion that comes down here, and it'll also have this nice slam latch on all of the dividers from front to rear. But on the rear facing design, we do what's called a double hinge divider with hinges on either end. And now I'm gonna show you how the reverse portion works. While we're right here, Brooke, this is a really cool latch that we've done on the safe tack. It's a positive latch. You don't have to worry about it breaking or the wind getting into it. You just lift up on it, just like so, and that drops right in place. You get a good shot of that. That's spring loaded right in there. Yep, and then it'll just go down. This is a brand new trailer. It's never been used. We'll put some lubrication in that. WD-40 or penetrating oil. Really works quite well. We did a roof mount hay rack, as I mentioned earlier, with a side ladder. Quite convenient. Again, the drop down windows. If we walk on over to the side ramp, which is necessary to have the rear facing design, that will latch right here. It has an automatic catch on it. Oh, why is this? There we go. It was stuck with paint. Brand new. And again, passes the foot test very well. As a matter of fact, it passed it so well, I couldn't even open it. You can see it opens fine now. So it was just stuck with paint where it hasn't been opened. Again, low incline. This is a little taller ramp than the one in the back, just to maintain that so that it's not steep. Very safe here for getting in and out, no problems at all, easy to maintain and to clean. Now, when we're using this as a rear facing design, you're going to load your horses in from this way, And again, the dividers pivot from both directions, which is the advantage. The window that we mentioned for lots of light, lots of airflow. So you would bring in, you would unlatch each divider as I did this one, like so, that one, and then right on back. Load your first horse in the rear, tie him off. You would walk out this way. Load your second horse, walk out. Load horse number 3, and then you walk out. Horse number 4, and you walk out. And then horse number 5, because this is a 5-horse slant. And by the way, we added extra footage to this stall and to the front stall for some larger guys. Most stalls are 40 inches. These are actually 52 per stall on the front too, just to accommodate some larger breeds of horses there and to have lots of room to get your guys in and out. When you load horse number 5, guess what? There's nowhere for you to go. So you're standing here, you've got a 1,100 pound, 1,200 pound guy staring you in the face. That's the purpose of your walk-through door here, so you could easily step out of the way, tie off your guy, and you would walk out the dress door. Or on this particular trailer, you could just duck underneath and go out of this escape door and leave your chest bar in place. So very safe design for you as far as getting in and out of the trailer. Now you have 5 horses. They're all standing in a rear facing. We have tubular dividers so each horse can see through. We have drop windows on both sides. You can forward face or reverse face. And once you get ready to unload, you would just go to your back horse, open the rear saddle compartment, the rear safe tack, and swing around the divider and begin unloading out of the back of the trailer. So for rear facing design, you load from the front as we demonstrated here. For forward facing design, you would load from the back and walk out of the front. It's certainly your choice. This is a patent pending design specifically for Double D trailers. We're very happy about it and excited about the possibilities and the safety benefits provided, and really just the flexibility of rear facing. For more questions, give us a call or go on our website at www.doubledtrailers.com. Thanks so much.